Good morning, guys. Another fidget toy. Gonna have to work on it a little bit, see if it works. Release it. So far, this one's a failure. I cannot get it to actually free up so we can actually turn it. The springy bit at the end's okay, but this bit I cannot move it, and I have tried various tools to free it up. So I think I'll have to print it again and use the higher resolution, see if that helps. This is version 2, printed on high quality, so it took that much longer to print. The end's gone a bit funny. We'll see if we can get that to free up. It's just not, it's this central bit, it's just not coming free. Absolutely no progress. Even with excessive force, I can't move it. I think what I'll do is I'll see if I can import it into Tinkercad and see if I can modify it, see if I can get a bit more clearance. Yeah, I think that's the only option. It could be, just looking at that, I may still be getting a bit of elephant's foot, and that could be enough to actually join the layers where there's supposed to be clearance on the bottom there. That might be all it is. So I could either try adjusting the settings to get a bit more negative on the first layer. That would probably clear it. Two options. I'll import it into Tinkercad anyway, see if I can modify it, give it more clearance. And if that fails, I'll have to adjust my settings, because it does look like there's a little bit of elephant's foot there. And if the clearance is very fine, that elephant's foot could actually overrun it and join the outer to the inner ring, if that makes any sense to you. This is the third attempt. You may notice I've enlarged it. My theory being just making it larger should increase the clearances. And if I hold it to the light, we can actually see where the join is, which is an improvement, because on that one we really couldn't see it. Well, you can just make it out. So we've got a bit more of a gap there. At least we know where it is. I will have a go with my tools and see if we can free it up. That's 3 fails in a row. There's nothing I can do to get that to move. And you can see I've abused it quite a bit. There's just not the clearance in there, so I'll import it into Tinkercad and build my own sleeve, in effect, to hollow it out, give us a bigger clearance, and we'll try again. Fourth attempt. Coming a bit closer, we can actually see a bit more of a line round there than the previous version. This is one that I've actually modified the file to try and increase the clearance. Right. Oh, I think we might have success. I can see movement. If I don't stab myself with the knife. Oh, finally. That is all it's supposed to do. Nothing more than that. Just one of those fidget toys. That was quite challenging, trying to make a mask, or whatever you want to call it, to go in there to increase the clearance. But we're there now. And like I say, that is all it does. It just makes a noise and clicks. And after the first one failed, I was determined. I didn't need to spend this amount of time on it, but I just wasn't going to let it beat me. I had to import the file into Tinkercad, and then I studied it, worked out what I needed to make to go inside there to cut out enough space so we have the clearance. And yeah, that is it. That's all it does. It just keeps you occupied when you're bored. How stupid to have spent as much time as I have on this. Each one took well over an hour to print. In fact, I think when I did the high quality one, that took about 2 hours. Still, for those of you who's been following my recent prints roughly over the Christmas period, my printer was playing up, and I've replaced quite a few bits, but basically replaced the hot end. That was what was causing my trouble. And it is printing fine. These are all printed absolutely fine. I just don't have the whatever level of detail you want that this needs to stop it jamming when you're printing it. There's not enough clearance on these. This one I've got nearly a whole millimetre of clearance. If you push it over to one side, I can actually get my nail in there. Can we see that? Oh, it's a bit dark, isn't it? But yeah, I've made quite a bit of clearance, but it's not a straight hole. It's actually beveled on the inside, so I couldn't just have a straight tube around there to get the clearance. I had to design one that had the right bevel on it, so it would actually still work without falling apart. Yeah, okay, well that's it. All that time and fuss just to do that. There'll be links in the video description so you can actually download the original. If people do download the original and they find they're having trouble with it, they could contact the original designer or whatever and ask him to do one with more clearance. And obviously I could make the file available if somebody really wanted it, but it ought to be up to the guy who did the original to do the modification. It does say Mark 1. There might be a Mark 2 on it. Version 2. I didn't check. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave us a comment so I know how I'm doing. And somewhere up here there'll be some links to related playlists. Thanks again.